Hey guys, so today's video is going to be all about my favorite products of 2015. I've been really excited to make this video because I feel like I've really lucked out in the last year. Like I found so many good things that I've really loved. I just kind of like accumulated 15 of my favorite things that I've been using like almost every day, or at least things that I reach for pretty regularly. So these are the things that I've been loving, things that I use all the time. It's kind of a mix between like drugstore, affordable, and high-end. These are some of my favorite videos to watch because, I mean, they're kind of like monthly favorites, but it's like a combination of all of the months, so you know that like when a person does a yearly favorites video, it's the top-notch products of the year. I'm gonna cover mostly makeup and like one skincare thing, but for the most part I try to stick to products that like cover the whole face. Like I have face stuff, contouring, blush, highlight, foundation, eyeshadow, eyebrow, just pretty much all of the above, and some hair and skincare. Did I already say skincare? Whatever. Alright, so I'm just gonna hop into it and I'm gonna kind of go in order. So I'm gonna start with skincare. I have one skincare item. I'm not like a huge skincare person. I don't know a ton about, you know, what different like face washes and masks are out there and what they do, but I have been getting into skincare pretty recently, and something that has made a huge difference in my skin is the Pixi Glow Tonic Exfoliating Toner. This was sent to me a few months ago. I just kind of like put it away and didn't really think to use it because I've never used a toner, but I started breaking out really bad like 2 months ago, maybe like a month and a half ago, and somebody mentioned that I should try this and I was like, oh, I have that. So I started applying it morning and night, like after I took off my makeup and washed my face and everything. So basically what this claims to do for your skin is to make it brighter and clearer, and then it exfoliates to remove dead skin cells, and it's just supposed to overall like improve your skin texture and make your skin feel softer. Totally 100% did that. I was like amazed by the results. I think after like a week or so I started noticing that my spots were going down and they weren't as red. Like when I was breaking out, my spots were really red, and that was like the most annoying thing about it. But yeah, if you go back and watch my tutorials, like where I do a full face makeup, over the last month and a half or so, you'll see my skin getting better and better, like each video. It's just insane how well this works, and as you can see, I'm almost out of it, which is sad because I have to go buy some more, but this is probably gonna be one of the only skincare items that I'll ever repurchase. It's just amazing. Okay, so I have one foundation that I want to talk about, and I had quite a few foundations that I loved in 2015, but this one really took the cake. This is the Rimmel Lasting Finish 25 Hour. I think it's my favorite mostly because it's a drugstore foundation. I think this was like $5 or $6, and it almost, I mean, it pretty much lives up to my Estee Lauder Double Wear, which is another favorite of mine, but I discovered this probably early 2015. I almost wear this every day. Like, it is such a good foundation. It's medium to full coverage. It stays for a really long time, like hence the 25-hour foundation name, I guess. I've just noticed that it's one of the longest lasting drugstore foundations that I've tried, and high-end foundations. Like, I found myself reaching for this over my Makeup Forever Ultra HD Liquid Foundation. I think I got these around the same time, and I just ended up liking this one more, so it's just awesome that this is so cheap and it works so well. And this is in the shade 100 Ivory. I think this is like the second to lightest shade because the lightest one was too red and I have like a yellow undertone. So if you have a yellow undertone and you're like my skin tone, then this one I think would work really well for you. Another face product that I have is my Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. This is by far like the best setting powder that I've ever used. I just can't go back to anything else. I've tried to like switch it up and use my Ben Nye, my Coty Airspun, and I mean those are still great, but there's just nothing compares. Nothing compares. This is also something that I'm definitely gonna repurchase, and I really surprisingly don't repurchase makeup items too often because I always want to try new things, but this is just like holy grail. I'll never live without you, I promise. It's just so finely milled and soft that it like, I feel like it kind of helps erase fine lines and pores a little bit, as strange as that sounds, and it also just does a really good job of setting concealer and foundation. I basically just use this to set my concealer and sometimes go over the rest of my face, but it just keeps your concealer in place all day, makes your skin super soft, and just looks flawless when you put it on, so makes your skin look and feel good. And I mean, it's a little bit pricey, but it is definitely worth it in my opinion. I use this almost every day and I still have quite a bit left. I don't know if you guys can see, but I'd say it's about half full still, and I probably got this like 6 months ago, so that's a pretty good deal. I'm gonna move on to my favorite contour product of the year. I was gonna say NYX Taupe, but I think I discovered that in 2014, so that would kind of be cheating. A favorite that I discovered in 2015 is the Inglot 504 Sculpting Powder. I've definitely used this in videos before, so you guys have seen me use this. It's basically like taupe, but it's a little bit more cool. So if you're a little bit more fair than me, taupe might be a little bit too warm for you, so if that's the case, I would try this out. This is, I think, $15, and I mean, it's a pretty good size pan, so you get a lot of product, and it's just really nice and smooth, and it's easy to blend out. It doesn't get all patchy on your face like some contour powders do. Good investment, I love this. And then moving on to blush, my favorite blush of the year is Makeup Geek Spellbound. It's a matte blush. I don't really like shimmery blushes too much, and it's just kind of like the perfect soft muted pink. It's just a perfect everyday blush. There's not much else to say about it. It goes with every eye look. It's not like too bright. It's not super pigmented and chalky where like you dip your brush in it and then it goes all over your face somehow. It's not like that. It's super easy to blend out, and it's just really good neutral everyday blush, and I like it. Okay, last face product I have to talk about was probably the hardest decision out of the bunch. I was trying to decide what my favorite highlighter is, and obviously I can't say the one that I made because you can't buy that yet. I know it's taken forever, but I was trying to decide between the Anastasia Starlight Illuminator and the Ofra Cosmetics Illuminating Blush Stripes because I use that one a lot too, and that's the one that won. I'm obsessed with it. So it has like 4 rows of highlight in it, so you're supposed to like use every single row and like swirl your brush around it and then highlight, but I just like to focus on this white one right here. If you guys like super intense highlights, perfect. If you do have darker skin than me, you could still use this and just use all of the shades together, which is what it's meant for. But if you do have fair skin like me, it would be great to just use this one. I love it. I don't know if it's worth it to buy this just for that one stripe, so just keep that in mind. Okay, I guess I'll move on to eyeshadows. The first one that I'm going to talk about, I feel kind of bad. It's the Kat Von D Mi Vida Loca Remix palette, and I feel bad because it's limited edition, so if you guys didn't get your hands on it, I'm so sorry. I feel so bad because this is seriously like one of the best. I think it's actually my favorite eyeshadow palette that I own, period. When you look at it, it's like, how could you possibly use this on a day-to-day basis unless you like love color explosion on your face every single day, which I mean I'm not opposed to. I really like wearing colorful eyeshadow looks, but it also comes with these neutral colors in the middle, so you can really use those with the colorful eyeshadows to make like a more muted, colorful everyday look, if that makes sense. If you're too intimidated by bright colors and you don't want to just go straight in with the bright colors, you can just kind of mix these together with the neutral ones and come up with a look that's a little bit more wearable. That being said, the colors that she chose for this palette are so nice. I don't think there's any that I don't like. They're super pigmented. Kat Von D has the best eyeshadows in my opinion. They're so buttery and soft. That being said, they do kind of get some kickback. Like if you dab your brush in there, some of the product will kind of fly up because they're so soft, but I mean, they're just super nice to blend and really good quality. They're super pigmented too, which is really important for me, especially with like bright, colorful eyeshadows. I don't really need a white base for these, which is pretty awesome because usually with bright eyeshadows, I feel like I need to like layer them on top of NYX Milk Jumbo Pencil or something like that. But yeah, anyways, favorite eyeshadow palette of the year and possibly ever. And I'm so sorry if you didn't get your hands on this. I hope she brings it back. That's kind of cruel to just have this as limited edition. Why? Kind of along the same lines, I'm sorry this ended up being the same kind of thing, but this is the Kat Von D Metal Crush eyeshadow, and this is in the color Iggy. I also have Raw Power, but I'm a terrible person and I don't know where it is, even though I just got it like 2 weeks ago. But this is just a bright kind of Christmassy green. These are so nice. I don't know what is in these that makes them so soft and like magical, but look at this swatch. Barely touched my finger to it. It's so bright and pigmented. It's just like heaven. I don't understand it. It's black magic. They're a little bit smoother than the eyeshadows in her palettes, I think. At least that's what I feel like. So yeah, these are really nice, and I also really want to get Thunderstruck, but it's always sold out when I go in to get it, and I blame that on Sam. So thanks, Sam. I have one last eyeshadow palette to talk about, and this, I couldn't decide if I wanted to put this in my video or not because I've only had it for like maybe 2 weeks tops, so I haven't really used it too much, but I mean, the fact that I fell in love with it and it hasn't even been like a month yet just really goes to show how good of a palette it is, and this is the Tartelette in Bloom palette. I have never tried the original Tartelette palette, but I picked this one up with a gift card not long ago, and it's just everything that I would possibly want in a palette. It's like a matte, mostly matte. There's 3 shimmery shades in it, but it's a kind of warm neutral palette, so basically it's like something that I grab every day. And I've probably almost worn it every day for the past 2 weeks in a row. So I've been getting a lot of use out of it, and I just love that it has everything that I need. Like it has lid colors, it has transition colors, it has like outer V colors, and then lid colors. It's just perfect. I'm in love, and the packaging is really nice too. I guess I'll just swatch some of these for you. So some of my favorite shades, like this one right here, is called Firecracker. It's just a nice shimmery bronze. It's just so pigmented. Oh my god, it's like butter. I don't understand. It's so nice. That's actually what I'm wearing on my lids today, under some glitter. And then this is Rebel. It's just a nice kind of mauvey pink. This is kind of on the burgundy side, so it's got some like burgundy red warm tones, but it pulls almost a little bit more brown when you put it on your lid, which is fine with me because I really like the color, but if you're looking for like straight up bright burgundies and stuff, this probably wouldn't be the palette for you, but I really like it. This is Leader. It's kind of a darker version of what we just watched. I'll do Activist, which is this darkest matte color. So yeah, really good color payoff. They blend really, really easily and they last a long time on my eyes. So yeah, this is right up there with the Kat Von D, even though I haven't had it for that long. I just love it. So I have one favorite brow product, and it's actually from the drugstore, which is so awesome because it's so hard for me. I don't know about you guys, but it's so hard to find drugstore brow products because I've tried so many and they're all kind of shitty, not gonna lie. Until I tried this brow mascara by NYX, and this is in the color Espresso because this matches my hair the best out of, I think they have like 5 or 6 shades and I have them all, but this one works out the best for me. Basically, it's just a brow mascara and it has a little wand like this. It's not super huge, but it's not tiny, so it's like the perfect size to really get into your brow. These keep your eyebrow hairs in place all day. Like this literally lasts from 7 a.m. to when I take my makeup off. If I do my makeup that early, like it'll be looking just as good as when I first applied it in the morning, which is really impressive, and I'm just glad that these exist because, like I said, it's hard to find drugstore brow products, just like it's hard to find drugstore highlighters that work for me. I don't know. I honestly reach for this every day. Like this is something that I use every single day. Sometimes I'll wear it with the Anastasia Dip Brow in taupe or auburn or just both of them together, but I can just throw this on and it looks fine. I'll wear this if I am just like going out and I need to look like I actually have eyebrows, or I'll wear this with a full face of makeup and it still looks good. So, I mean, it's just a really good everyday product, and if you guys haven't tried these yet, I would definitely try to find some. I think Ulta has them. Not sure where else you could find them besides online, but if you are looking for new brow products and you don't want to spend $20 and higher dollars on like a high-end brow product, then I think you'll like this. But if you have really thin, sparse eyebrows, I don't know if that'll work for you as well as like a pomade or something like that, or like a pencil, because it's just gonna cling to your eyebrow hairs. It's not gonna make your eyebrows necessarily look fuller. So if you have like really thin brows and you want to make them fuller, I don't think that would work for you. But if your brows already have a pretty good shape and you just want to fill them in a little bit more and maybe change the color of them, then I think you'll love it. All right, next favorite is a pair of false eyelashes. I'm actually wearing them today. They're Midnight Symphony by Esquito. I never really used to wear fake eyelashes too often up until like a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, and then I just couldn't stop. It's all been a downhill slope from there. And now I feel like I can't just wear mascara because my eyelashes look so naked without fake eyelashes on. My favorite ones to wear have been the ones that I'm wearing today. They're Midnight Symphony by Esquito, and they sent me these a few months ago, I think, and they're still holding up and they look awesome. I wear these really often and they still look great. So they're more on the like expensive high-end side because they are mink lashes, which I know some of you guys don't want to support mink lash companies, which is totally fine, but these are just really great quality and they've lasted me forever, and I just really like the style of them. And this is what the packaging looks like. I've had them for a while, like I said, so it's kind of dirty, don't mind me, but the packaging is really nice. It's kind of like in a really sturdy cardboard box. Speaking of lashes, my favorite lash glue is the Esquito Companion Long-Lasting Bond Glue. I guess that's what the name is. This is by far the best lash glue that I've ever tried. It's really up there with the House of Lashes glue, but I ran out of that forever ago, and I think they reformulated it since. This one holds my lashes in place all day. There are so many drugstore lash glues that I've tried that just do not work out at all, and they smell gross and they just don't really hold the lashes in place. This one doesn't smell bad. It has kind of some scent to it, but it's not like fishy, which really grosses me out. And this is actually only $10, which is kind of surprising to me. Looking at the packaging, I figured it was going to be way more expensive. So if you pick up some Mosquito lashes, or if you just want to try out the glue, I would definitely try this out. I'm going to move on to lips, and I have 3 different lip products I want to talk about. I'm going to start out with lip liner. My favorite lip liner is the Eve Pearl Kohl Lip Pencil and Brush Combo. I just think this is a really cool idea. It's got the pencil on one end and then on this end it's got a little lip brush, so you can either like smooth out the lip liner for whatever reason, but I like to use this for lipsticks. So if I am traveling or something like that, I can skip putting a separate lip brush in my bag and I can just throw in the lip liner and then a lipstick and I'm good to go because it has a lip liner and the brush on the side, so that's really cool. So this color is called Caramel and this is what it looks like. It's kind of just like a nude, dark pinky red color. This actually isn't my favorite of the two that I have. My favorite is called Cosmo and it's a lighter nude and it's just kind of like more of a wearable everyday color, but I'm terrible, like I said, and I don't know where it is. It literally just disappeared on me. I've looked for so long and I can't find it, so that's just wonderful. For the pencil itself, it's really soft, but it's not too soft to the point where you can't get like a nice crisp outline, which is like the worst thing about lip liners. I would rather have one that's too hard than too soft, because if it's too soft, it's like it gets all bumpy and like messy and it just doesn't look pretty. So this is like the perfect mix between hard and soft. I feel like I just said soft like 17 times in that sentence. Okay, I have two lipsticks here, and the first one is the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the color London. I have a lot of different colors of these, so if you guys want to see like a swatch video on those, then just let me know. But London is like the perfect brown pink nude. I've worn this in videos before and on pictures on Instagram and stuff. That's what that looks like right there. It's just a perfect everyday color for me, at least. And these are about $5 or $6 as well. They're so creamy, they're just completely matte, and they're really moisturizing. They don't dry out your lips at all, which is like one of the worst things about matte lip creams. These are seriously like a 10 out of 10. The only thing that I don't like about these is that they don't last forever, but I'm not gonna knock off points for that because they don't call themselves long-lasting liquid lipsticks. Like, they're not supposed to last forever. These are like hands down my favorite drugstore lip product. Okay, so that was my favorite drugstore lip product, but my favorite lip product of all time. The whole time that I've been wearing makeup, this is my favorite lip product, and you guys probably have already guessed by now what it is, but it's the Ofra Cosmetics Long Lasting Liquid Lipsticks. I do have all of the shades of these because they sent them to me, and I'm so grateful for that because I was kind of starting to give up on liquid lipsticks because I felt like most of them would like give me butthole mouth, and you guys know what I'm talking about, don't pretend like you don't. They would get like all crusty around the inside or just fade in the center or just not look good and get all crackly and crumbly. But these are the only ones that have not really done anything like that on me. For the most part, they last a really long time. I've talked about this in my lip swatch video. I swatched all 32 shades of these. I'll link that video down below if you guys haven't seen it yet. These are definitely the most comfortable out of all of the liquid lipstick formulas that I've tried. They don't get super dry. They just feel like you're not wearing anything on your lips, which is like the best thing about these. And the shade selection is really great too. They have a lot of more of the like nude brown colors, and then they have some like reds, oranges, corals, and then they have some really like colorful fun colors like blue and purple and green. They don't have a black, which is kind of weird. I wish they did have a black because I would be all over that. All over it. Anyways, done rambling. This one is my favorite. It's called Pasadena. It's the perfect pink nude. I'll swatch it next to London so you guys can kind of see the difference. The texture in these, by the way, is pretty similar. They're very soft. This one is a little bit more on the pink side, and then London is a little bit more on the brown side. So yeah, if you guys haven't tried these out, I would highly, highly, highly suggest that you do. I have only heard like 1 or 2 people say that they don't like these lipstick formulas, and that's saying something because I feel like liquid lipsticks really differ depending on the person that tries them out. Like, some people have different lips than other people. Some people have super dry lips. I mean, I've heard people say that they hate the Anastasia liquid lipsticks, and then some people say that they're their favorites. It really just depends on the person, and I've heard like 99% really great things about these, so it seems like it's like one of the more universally liked liquid lipsticks. I think they retail for about $20 on Ofra's website, but I do have a coupon code for 30% off. It's just Kayla Hagee. That never is gonna go away. I do know that Kathleen Lights has a 40% off coupon code, and that's obviously more than mine. So if you use Kathleen 40, that'll give you a better discount. I don't know if hers is permanent though, so if it doesn't work, then just use mine. And this is not a commission code, by the way. Like, I don't make any money off of this. It's just for you guys. Okay, I have one more makeup related item. Actually, it's like 5, but I'll group it into one category. And these are Smith brushes. And they're dirty right now because I just used them, so don't judge me. But these are hands down the best brushes that I have ever used. And these were sent to me, by the way. I think I got them like 8 months ago. It's been quite a while. So I've been using these every single day, and I think I have like all 13 or 14 of their brushes, but I picked out 5 of my favorites. I have 2 face brushes. This one is the 115. It's technically a foundation brush, so it's really interesting. First of all, just getting this out of the way, each and every one of them has its own specific job. It was really interesting. I Skyped with the owners of Smith Cosmetics, and they taught me exactly how to use each brush and like why they designed each brush, and it was really cool to learn about them. Basically, they were telling me that you can apply foundation by laying it on your face like this and then buffing it out with that part of the brush. Super interesting, and I've never seen anybody come up with a brush like this for foundation, but I like to use it for contouring, so it's just like the perfect density and shape and size to get right underneath your cheekbones. Use this one a lot for contouring. And then this is the 112, and I think this is a bronzer brush, and I do like this to contour sometimes too and to apply blush, but I also use it to highlight. I can also use it to set my under eye concealer and like forehead, nose, chin area. So I use this for like 4 different things. So I mean, if you're just looking for like one brush to try out from Smith, I would probably go with this one over the last one. And then I just have 4 eye brushes to talk to you guys about. These 2 are some blending brushes. This one is the 232, and it's a really big blending brush and it's slightly tapered. I like to use this to put down lid colors and then transition colors in the crease and just really like blow it out. And then if I'm going for a super smoky eye, I will use this to blend everything out together. And then this is the 247. This kind of reminds me of the MAC 213, 217. Why can't I remember? Well, you guys know what I'm talking about. I have both, and this one is way better than the MAC one in my opinion. It's a smaller blending brush, it's a little bit more dense, so you can really pack this into the crease and blend out the colors really well. And then these are 2 of my favorite lid brushes in the world. These are pretty much the same thing except for one is smaller than the other. The smaller one is the 253 and the larger one is the 256. So basically these are flat brushes and they're kind of tapered as well. So these are really easy to pack colors onto the lid. This is really good for like inner corner because it's small, and it's also really good for blending out underneath the lower lash line. The larger one I like to use for patting stuff on the lid. The way that it's curved kind of can go along with your crease too. So if you use it like this, it'll just really nicely hug the crease and just keep the color right on the lid. These are amazing. I just love Smith brushes. They're made so well. The really cool thing about these is that when you wash them and they dry completely back to the form that they had before you washed them. Sometimes I feel like once you wash brushes a certain amount of times, they get like all frayed and they just don't really look like how they once did when you first bought them. But these, I've had them for, like I said, like 8 months and they still look exactly the same. So that's really awesome. Okay guys, I only have 1 more product left, and wow, I feel like that really didn't take as long as I was expecting it to. This is actually a hair product, and this is a NuMe hair straightener. And I know some of you guys are rolling your eyes right now because this seems like NuMe is one of those brands that people only use because they're sent them, if that makes sense. Like if you have an Instagram and you follow a lot of makeup artists or like hairstylists or anything like that, you have probably seen your feed blow up with like promos about NuMe products. And I just feel like people can be kind of skeptical about NuMe products because, like I said, they are sent out to, you know, people on Instagram and YouTube to talk about if they like the product. And whenever that happens and you know that it's sent to the person, I mean, it's just kind of human nature to be like, I don't know if it actually works that well. I don't know if I trust this person. But I swear to God, you guys, I swear on everything, this is the best hair straightener that I've ever used. I have gone through so many hair straighteners. I started straightening my hair when I was 12, so it's been 11 years. Oh my God, I'm old. I've used so many different brands. I've used Chi, I've used a Paul Mitchell one, I've used just other random brands that I can't think of off the top of my head right now. And I've used some that I thought were great until I got this one. I swear, you guys, it's amazing and it's changed my hair's life. Not my life, because that would be a little extreme. It's definitely made styling my hair so much easier. I can run this through my hair just like twice as opposed to like 5 times. Seriously, you guys, I don't know if I've ever come on camera with my natural hair. It is so curly and frizzy and just a hot mess, and it's really hard to actually get really straight and smooth looking because it's just so frizzy. So it only takes a couple of passes through my hair to get like a really nice straight smooth strand. It takes me like 20 minutes to straighten my hair now, whereas with all the other straighteners it would take me like probably 45 minutes to straighten all of my hair. I also noticed that this keeps my hair straight for a really long time, and I don't know why. It's obviously because of the plates that are in the straightener, but my hair stays straight pretty much all day, whereas like I said, with my other straighteners, I could whoa, burp. With my other straighteners, I could straighten my hair and then go out. I keep burping. What is happening? With my other straighteners, I could straighten my hair and then go out for like an hour and it would already be curly again. But this just does not happen with the straightener. I don't know what it is. It's just magic. It's really cut my hairstyling time in half, which is pretty awesome because I hate doing my hair. That straightener did come in a set with some curling wands. I'm not as crazy about the wands as I am with the straightener. I love the wands. Like those are my favorite too. I've tried a bunch of different curling irons and curling wands, but the set that I got is like an interchangeable set. So it comes with 3 different sizes of barrels and 1 base. So you can like switch out the size of barrels depending on what kind of curl you want, which is a really, really cool idea. And I love how the wand works itself. But I think I got like a bum one or something because one of the barrels doesn't fit and lock in place, which is kind of a bummer. It's not the size that I would use on a day-to-day basis, which is good. I like the middle-sized one, but it's just kind of a bummer that it doesn't lock in place. I can use the other 2, like I said, which is fine, and I really like the wand, but the straightener definitely works a lot better for me, so that's one that I chose to talk about. Whew, okay, I'm starting to lose my voice. It's cracking. I feel like sound like an 80-year-old woman. And I guess that's it. That was all 15 of my favorite products of 2015. I hope you guys liked this video and I hope it was helpful to you or entertaining at least. Like I said, these are my favorite videos to watch just because it's so cool to see what people have been hoarding over the year to talk about their favorites at the very end of the year. And let me know what your favorites are too, because I swear to God I've watched like at least 20 2015 favorites videos already. I'm just in it to win it. So let me know what your favorites have been too, if you have any of the same favorites that I had. Thanks for watching, you guys. Happy New Year. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.